right, man. So why don't you tell us your name and what you're doing here today?
My name is Gurcharan Singh, and I came here from yesterday and to protest. And first of all, I came here to actually see if the Bilderberg thing was because I saw a lot of stuff on the internet that if it was real. And coming here, seeing all of this North Korea style military setup, you know, no-fly zones, military checkpoints, you get scanned when you come in here, and the police asked me for my papers when I was driving in, and the whole thing was like, it was a unique experience living under a tyrannical regime, and seeing all of this, I think if there was any doubt in my mind what influence these people have, that just put that to rest, because if they can have this done, because before they had Bilderberg in America and they had the same setup, so it doesn't matter to them what country they are in. The system they have of control applies no matter what country they're in. And that's why I came here and I looked and I seen. And as far as India is concerned, the Indian Union, at the moment we are in elections are next year, and lately we have been seeing a growth of a new character, Narendra Modi. He's currently Chief Minister of Gujarat. He was banned visa from US, UK, European Union just a couple of years ago, but all of a sudden he's been given the visa. He's been invited to America. He's been invited to European Union to address them, and he's been promoted as the new up-and-coming Prime Minister of India. And for a thing like that to happen, and a person like that to be chosen to out of thin air to become the new, so to speak, a Prime Minister, that kind of puts the idea of election and people's idea of selecting their own leader to rest, really, because one thing is very clear: whoever they choose will be the next leader. Our so-called choice we have is really a drama on the stage.
And there's a lot of issues going on in India right now. I know that a lot of organic farmers have been committing suicide because of the litigation they're being put on them from Monsanto. But with this new guy coming in, what sort of problems may he have to deal with? What other issues are going on in there in India that people need to know about?
Well, one of the things you have to understand, this guy, one of his main backers is in business with Bill Gates. And Bill Gates have this program of vaccinating and giving children polio in India, and there have been many cases where masses of children have received polio just after receiving these polio vaccine by their program. And he's also running a sterilization program within India, which has been going on for a very long time. And we have seen in India a kind of aggressive aggression of forced sterilization, where literally now army is turning up to village after village, taking all the women from the village, forcefully removing their wombs and throwing them on the street. And this guy, what he has done in Gujarat, in the name of his right-wing fascist ideology of Hindutva or Hindu fascism, he is claiming that that region is just for Hindus and non-Hindus would be cleansed. That is, in a sense, because they have lost all touch with public, because public is suffering, the farmers are suffering, people are suffering from poverty, people are suffering from the lack of clean water, food is being contaminated. And the thing is, they are using this fake notion of nationalism to hide behind, and to bring him would be expanding Bill Gates' agenda in India, expanding Monsanto's agenda in India, because he is, at the moment, his main backers are people who are related to Mr. Gates. That would be Mr. Tata, the biggest steel steel firm in India. He also works for the Indian military complex. He's been making tanks, military vehicles and armor for the Indian Army. So he kind of fits in the package for these people to promote as the new leader, because he will implement the idea of eugenics and genocide in India with a new kind of aggression in that region.
So this man is clearly not for the people, or necessarily going to be good for them. Maybe you can confirm this for me, but I've heard of also some issues with biometric identification in India, where people have to finger scan, eye scan, and even just to get into their bank account. Is that true?
Well, scanning has been, let alone that, even to get a mobile phone chip with your own number, you have to go through a whole process of identification, a whole process of, in a sense, a police interrogation to have your own telephone ID. And as far as the new cards there, the government is pushing the idea of new biometric cards, and they are trying to force that agenda of biometric scans, and they're testing them in the most poorest of all the regions in India, which are suffering from lack of water and lack of food in general. And they have been testing those ideas, and Bill Gates himself has been at the trial runs of this region, and they are starting this whole new program of a welfare system, because these cards, because they're going into the poor areas, with these cards they will not only control, have surveillance on the people, but they also want to control the food they eat, because they will bring in the new food, and the food will be given through ration cards. So what they're doing, they're taking the old ration card, a paper, to a biometric card system. And the thing is, that card will be used to do many things, to control firstly the reproduction system, who reproduces, who doesn't, and their food. And it's a system of the whole the life of people being controlled, and it will be shielded. And as we have seen, there is hardly any info about that system coming out into the open by mainstream media, except independent media or people trying to fight for the truth like yourself.
So we're having contamination of the food, contamination of the water, problems with biometric national ID cards, farmers committing suicide because of Monsanto. For people out there around the world who may want to somehow help out the people of India, what do you think the average person can do to help the people of India?
As the old saying goes, that the rulers live in a house made out of glass, and all we need to do is throw a brick at it. And our brick, in philosophical terms, would be bringing the truth. And if people in the world are aware of what is happening in that region, because the genocide, the mass killing, the mass sterilization, the killing of children, we have seen how the rapes in India have just taken this extraordinary turn, where a woman is being raped every 15 to 18 minutes. It's happening in the capital, and the regime is actually losing its entire grip on it. When a woman gets raped in the middle of daylight with a 4-foot rod, then the system has completely failed. So what people have to do is, there's this false notion of India which is growing in wealth, in corporations. That is not the real India. The real India is the farmers committing suicide because their land has been forcefully taken from them. Monsanto has manipulated them into such a legal structure that they're ending up losing their own land. And then there is the contamination of water and the nuclear power plants in India. Now this is a very interesting fact, that nuclear power plants in India are deliberately contaminating the water supply, natural water supply, with leaking uranium into the water, and the rivers are literally glowing green in the evening. So, and there is a whole in India there is a saying that the new biggest industry which is going to grow in India is not going to be the entertainment industry, not going to be the food industry, it's going to be the cancer industry, because there is lots and lots and lots of money which is going to be made from these people who will suffer because of uranium contamination. We have Monsanto infecting people through their own GMO, and then we have Bill Gates and his program of polio vaccination and contaminating with everybody. So cancer is going to become the new biggest, one of the biggest industries in that region. So these are the message we have to, basically we have to break this wall of falsehood and bring the truth to the world. The only way to help these poor people in India is to reach the voice across and see this false picture of democracy, this false picture of Bollywood, which has been portrayed of shining India. It's not shining, it's India, it's dying India. It's India which is being raped every 15 to 18 minutes. It's India which is getting cancer. And there are trains from in the region of Punjab which are named cancer trains because they have so many passengers which are going from one area to the hospital. So it's called a cancer train because the entire passengers in that train are suffering from cancer.
Well, I mean, we know that the New World Order agenda is taking place in countries all over the world, but I would have to agree with you that the story of what's happening to the Indian people is not really being reported. So I want to thank you for bringing this to the people of the world's attention. Is there any other points you wanted to make in regards to what's currently going on over there?
What I will say is our new leaders are being selected by people like this. All the activists, this is one thing I will always say, majority of the activists are always legitimate. There's nothing wrong with them, either, no matter what side of the political platform they are. It just, these kind of people need is to control the hierarchy. Activists have to become free and start thinking for themselves. One of the ideas which Sikhism shares with the Americans is the idea, the Second Amendment, right to arms and the right to organize militia. And what that is, in Sikhism we call it the right to being self-sufficient. More self-sufficient we become in getting the information instead of relying on these people's information, because this is Bilderberg is happening in England, and outside this protest area very few people are being made aware. This is happening in Watford, and people in Watford are going about their daily lives. They're like, there's nothing happening here. So we have to get the information to the people, and we have to break these false barriers of these notions of BBC who have been caught lying again and again, these Channel 4s, all of these systems of lying to people, and connect ourselves to the truth. And the truth will break the glass houses, these so-called rulers of our society. At the end, I'll just like to make one point, that king and queen are only valid until the day we stop believing in them. The day we say they are not our kings, they're not our leaders, they cease, their drama, their dresses, their whole notions become zero. The day, because the rebellion doesn't win when the war is won. Rebellion wins when it starts.
Very well said. Well, may the truth be a big, heavy rock that shall shatter the glass pyramid. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.